Once upon a time, it was story time again with Mad Commodore. That's the name of the channel, obviously. This piece of software, and we need some backing music. This piece of software was loaded up in boots all the time at one point when I used to go in there in my lunch hour to get, like, see what C64 games were about. What's going on with this coffee, man? See, the best thing about spilled coffee is it cleans up the glass desk. It won't harm the glass desk. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, I'm sure I didn't have this, but I did think about going into Boots and you know, turning the C64 off and on and loading it up again. Actually, I won't press B for quit, but I wanted to actually have a copy of this game. It's not even a game demo, sorry. So I had this, like, a bit of a dilemma. I remember this. So I was like, should I or shouldn't I go into Boots with a cassette, break the program, save it onto a cassette so I can hear these tunes at home? They were fantastic. I mean, next to all the bleeps and bloops of, you know, those early games on other computers, which may or may not have even had a fucking sound chip. You got to remember, at this, you know, even at the end of '83, ZX81s were out on display in Smiths and Boots. You laugh because you're like, what the fuck am I going to do with a ZX81? Well, actually, ZX81 wedge shape was the intentional design decision because Clive knew, subconsciously, but I'll never admit it, that you're just going to use it as a fucking doorstop. Absolutely useless machines. This was my favourite, I think, because of the instruments. So I was like, and the problem was, I didn't actually know if that would be considered illegal behaviour. Well, I wasn't a bad kid. I never shoplifted in my life. You know, didn't nick anything, didn't bully anyone. And it's really odd. So I never had this, and that is a weird thing about having a C64. To hear this music, I would have to go into Boots in my lunch hour and hope it was loaded up. It's not like any of my friends had this. Actually, I remember there was a guy in my physics class, or is it science? I can't remember how young I was. Who got a C64 around the same time as me. Actually, there's two. There was Jason and Arif and me. We had a C64 quite early on. But yeah, they weren't the kind of people to do it either. It's like, I don't know, maybe. See, what I didn't know then was if there was someone who had a clue about loading and saving stuff on the C64, they probably would have put it on a tape for you. This wasn't really considered commercial as such. It was like the earliest form of C64 public domain, except it wasn't. Commodore should have got it stuck on the front of a magazine, you idiots, or even an audio cassette of it. Imagine that, eh? Buy your issue of Big K, and on the front there's a cassette with, I don't know, maybe 4 of these tunes. Play them in your shit fucking hi-fi at home or music system. Anyway, these tunes are all by Georg Feil, and I've actually done a video on the old Oxygen. No, it was actually Tubular Bells. So I think I might have discussed it in that video, whether it is technically free or not. So yeah, there's no filters going on in these tunes. Ah, no, not that one, Copyright Nightmare. Dervish D on Vangelis' Spiral is actually really good, but it's weird to think that there was something as amazing as that and hardly anyone who like bought original games would have had it. But we all knew it was brilliant. It was a bit embarrassing for like things like the £400 BBC Micro with a built-in shit speaker anyway. Never mind that the sound chip's not quite as good. Sound chip's better than the one in the Spectrum Plus 2 and Amstrad and MSX, but I don't know if it's better than the Atari Pokey. Now I'm not really interested in finding out either. But Georg Feil, or is it pronounced Feil, F-E-I-L, or Georgie as his handle is on CSDB, I believe. He did do like the audio on this game. So I thought we'd check it out, because Punchy was not only written by David Whittaker, but he also did all the music for that, and the sound effects and everything, and the graphics too, I believe. Joystick 2, okay. Stop. Well, it's actually the... Yeah, it is the stop key. Yes. So it's not the run key. You idiot, mad Commodore. Save Earth from nasty invaders. So it'd be interesting to see, because I quite like Punchy. Punchy was the first game I ever bought along with Xylogon, because I bought 2 games at the same time from exactly the same market stall. I couldn't tell you which one I picked up first, because it would be whichever one I saw first. Do you have to put that there, mate? Fuck off. No. No. So, I don't know if Max is his brother. Can't remember when this game come out, or if it's commercially released. That's the trouble with game based. You're never sure. So the title page is better than the title music on Punchy. Well, they're quite large targets to hit actually. Oh, you can find more. Ah, bloody hell. So I don't see the difficulty here. It's very smooth actually. No problem with the coding. Yeah, the extra shots. I don't know if you have to actually get all those strawberries. Oh, bloody hell. Unless they actually, you know, it's just a case of not getting hit by the strawberries. Oh, you can jump as well. I don't know why you'd use the jump. It's very smooth game controls anyway. It's not very challenging game. So the graphics and the gameplay are not as good as Punchy, which is an excellent Hunchback knockoff. Title music is better though. The wibbly wobbly shot sound effect is good. The rest of it is like standard stuff really. Oh no! Yorgos executive hard Bulgarian leather chair is sinking. Don't worry, I can still see the TV. Yeah, this review could go on for like fucking 2 hours, mate. I'm not really seeing the difficulty here. Especially if you've got a fucking zip stick with rapid fire that works. Oh no! You got too cocky. You flew too close to the sun with your pastrami sandwiches during sex. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm still watching Seinfeld. So those little red things that come out are getting more and more insane. So that is the difficulty ramping up. There's no reason not to have this on. I said no to all the trainer options, so yeah, now it's getting a bit difficult. So it does ramp up quite quickly, so maybe the first 5 minutes of excessively easy levels should be taken out. Jesus Christ. That's more like asteroids than fucking Astro Wars. Very tough actually at the later levels. Ooh, that was always going to be a risk, that one. If you kind of isolate yourself to one half of the screen, you might do a bit better actually. Oh right, that's what that's for. When they hit the bottom, they start firing across now. Right, okay, it all makes sense. Jesus Christ, they're a bit mental, aren't they? Ooh. Nah. Go with the old MC. Ooh. So I quite like the title screen music. That's not bad actually. If you got that as a Mastertronic game, late 84, early 85, yeah, you'd be quite happy with that, I reckon. Interesting game.